Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What's up, y'all? You don't have a song, babe? You don't have a song for me? I got one. What's up, y'all? Y'all know I like to start. Anticipation for what's to come. I'm so happy that I'm lucky one. So long I waited. Let me get it up. Ever too late for love. Do 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 do. It feels so right that it can't be wrong. Where are you weak, baby? Make me strong. I'm down for you and whatever you want me to do. It's all up to you, because anything you want, I am gonna try to. Boy, my body's just for you, body just for you. Listen. Hey, shout out to everybody that was on my Instagram that traveled over to see me talk about everything. Okay, listen. This is what happens when you work out with Kiara LASHAE. You just be body rolling for no damn reason. No reason whatsoever. Y'all should see her. Like, we do the workouts, right? Kiara just came off having like baby number 3 and shit, right? So like she a little, out of her normal, like area of fitness. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the baby, right? This bitch is in the step and twerk. I say, bitch, when did you take off? When did you ever get, like, cause she be doing shit and I just kind of be like, listen, Kiara, I can't do all that, Kiara. I don't know why my ass is in the air and my hands are on the ground. I don't know. But she did it in the workout and I was like, child, and then she be having us body rolling, and then you realize that a lot of y'all don't body roll because it's hard. You don't body roll not because you don't want to look like you trying to be too sexy. It's because the shit not easy. Okay, it's not easy. I can't even do it all of that good going to the other side. It's got to be going to one side. It's always like that, y'all. You be trying to dance and only one, swirl actually feel right. When you try to swirl to the other side, it just don't be feeling right. But yeah, y'all, I have a step class to do after this, which is why I look like this. It don't even really matter anyway. The fuck, which I was gonna complain for. Okay, what you think you here for? You here to hear me talk? Okay, don't even worry about what I look like. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a tad bit on one. Just a tad bit. Larry gonna make me some more coffee, please. And he gonna put some more creamer in it this time. Please. And thank you. All right, y'all. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Potomac. I know y'all here for me to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'm gonna make y'all wait. And we gonna talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City first. Okay. I know y'all saw the screenshot. Did y'all see how I made my little, I'm taking a page out of my girl Niecy's book. Okay, close your eyes. Okay. Taking a page out of my girl Niecy's book. If y'all don't know about us, we are the collective. We are the Ooh Ladies First Panel. Okay, we do shows and interviews. We do regular shows, usually like 4-hour shows on Thursday nights. We have girl talk. We talk about things. We play games, and we talk about some of y'all favorite shows or just some of the problematic things that are happening on said shows. And we also interview people. We've interviewed Melody Holt most recently. We've interviewed Kimmy Scott. We have interviewed people from Ready to Love. We've interviewed Ashley from the first season of Put a Ring on It. That's my girl. And there's more to come. So y'all make sure y'all are following all the ladies, Niecy, Jamie, and Jay Lee's Corner. Please follow all my girls on YouTube so that you can be abreast of when we, give y'all content, because we give y'all really great content. And I know a lot of y'all be trying to be cute, and one of the followers that I'm actually like friends with and talked to, I ain't really want, because I ain't really want. Listen, you're not doing nothing anyway. A lot of the times you are scouring, okay, the internet, looking. I probably said the word wrong. I don't give a fuck, okay? Some of y'all like to point out how I enunciate and pronounce things. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not I'm not always the most articulate sometimes. I may say things a certain way because I have a deep accent and I'm home. It'd be different if I was somewhere else and I was putting my R's real hard out there. I was hitting those ERs very hard. But I'm not going to always speak in reporter voice, okay? It's not gonna always sound like that. Okay, I can't. Sometimes when my tongue be extra relaxed, the accent just be extra strong, and it's just because I'm relaxed. When I can think about it, then yes, I can make the adjustments, okay, and say the words the way I'm sure the white English people intended for us to say them. Okay. But the New Orleans girl in me resides to where my tongue feel in the moment. Thank you for the super sticker, Millie Rock. Okay, leave us alone. Follow all of us, okay? Hey, Saki, thank you for coming through. Lisa, thank you for coming through. I'm sure there are some other moderators in the room that I just don't see at the moment, but I'm so happy to see all of y'all in here. Y'all know I'm just trying to give Tracy, one of my new moderators, thank you. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to come into the room. It's 270 y'all in here. Please like the video, share the video, and help me get to 100,000 because it's taking too long. So help. Help! I mean, it's not like I don't give. It's not like I don't give. Okay, I give. Anyway, so with that being said, y'all, I know y'all want me to start with Potomac, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna start with Salt Lake City because Salt Lake City is still good. Okay, and like I said, like I titled it, in the screenshot, Lisa's a psycho. Lisa is a fucking psycho. Like, y'all, I would not want to be like around somebody like that. That would make me very nervous to be around somebody like that. Like the type of person that because she feels a way, she will then go out of her way to stop, your shine in some type of way, to impede your process, to get in the way of whatever you're trying to do, whatever the cause may be. She will some way try to hinder that or shut you down in some way because you said or did something that she did not like in you guys' personal relationship. Something is wrong with Lisa. Not only would I not be able to be friends with her, I probably would have a hard time not whipping her ass. And I would know that I couldn't because she's the type of person to sue and try to take you for everything that you have. And legally, I would have given her the right to do that if I whipped her ass like I want to. Okay, she's that type of person. So I would have to stay the fuck away from Lisa because Lisa is a terrible person. She's a psycho. And what makes her a psycho is that she really did do this shit to Angie. You really did call a catering company and use your relationship with them so that they would not show up at the last minute to her event to support LGBTQIA. Okay? Like, you really like fucked that up for her. Like, she was able to recover, but you still got them people to cancel. And then they named you when they text her and told her. They named you. They said because of their relationship with Lisa Barlow, they won't be able to show up for her event. So you did do this. So not only is it clear that you did it, but you're acting like you didn't do it. You played victim. You blamed Whitney. And then you sat there and talked to your husband at the beginning of this fucking episode like you're just at a loss. Like, oh my God, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I've done nothing to her. I feel like I've been a great friend to her. Like, I don't understand. And then when you ask her, like, you know, why do they think this? And then she starts talking about why, you know, Whitney and Angie find out that they're like cousins and now they're like best friends. And now like they're talking about things that I told Angie, you know, in confidence. And it's like, girl, that's a fucking lie. That is a lie. Okay. You literally got to that point because Whitney and her talked about you being the one that shut down the catering company. That's the only thing that they really talked about. And they talked about the fact that you did not want Angie to claim Lisa as her cousin. Well, bitch, you played yourself with that. Why do you think you would be able to tell Angie that? And then she would not say how insane that was to her fucking cousin. I think Angie was smart enough to lie to you, though. I think originally she lied to you and you left her alone. But see, after you noticed that she was still forming a relationship with Whitney, you decided that you were going to like fuck with her business. Like, I could never, ever be friends with somebody like that. That's conniving, sneaky, and then gonna be really in your face, knowing she did that shit, and then lying and crying, playing victim, trying to make it seem like you did something to her. Y'all, that's some dangerous shit, y'all. Keep people like Lisa Barlow the fuck away from me. That's why, like, I don't need a lot of friends. I don't even need a lot of fucking acquaintances. I don't need a lot of people around me like that. I'm too open to people's energies and shit. And that shit, like, I can't be around that type of stuff. Because to me, you're not a good person when you do stuff like that. Like, you could feel a way, take your lick, but to try to like hurt somebody when they haven't done anything to you, you just don't like something. And that's how the world works, honey. You're not always going to get your way, especially not with other grown ass people who can be friends with and form relationships with their fucking family members if they feel like it. What's wrong with you, girl? And everybody's going to glaze over this shit and act like this shit not a big deal. And when you really, really like think about it, these are the type of people that you have got to stay away from. Those are the type of people that when you see them, you should walk in the opposite direction. Whitney, you should not be trying to be Lisa's friend. You should not be trying to be Lisa's friend. In all honesty, you should be trying to have some type of indifferent relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? Just some type of like, well, we can, do that, but, we don't kick it like that. She don't feel no type of way about me. I don't feel no type of way about her. But I almost feel like that's impossible because I feel like Lisa has been coming at Heather and Whitney unwarranted this entire time. And I feel like it's because she feels like she's better than them. And it's so funny because she's actually like what I would call like a pipsqueak. Like, you play big and bad with people who you think are lesser than you, but as soon as somebody stronger comes into the room, you scurrying through the fucking snow trying to find a diamond tennis bracelet that's not yours. What? People like that are like amazing to me. You have the audacity to treat someone else like you're the queen of cool, but when Meredith and Jen's ass come around, you're a sidekick. Girl. Let me tell you something. I might change, you know, how I handle people based off who they are to me or how I feel about them, but I'm still 100 me no matter how you slice it. No matter how you slice it. I don't know what the fuck be going on with some of these people on these shows, bro. Like, oh my God. So let's go ahead and get into the notes now that I've said that about why I called Lisa a psycho. Because it's just like, oh my God, ma'am, you are dangerous. Like, I don't want to be around people like you. Like, I would be lighting candles to protect myself from people like you. I mean, I do that anyway because I feel like doing this shit, like y'all think, you know, some of y'all, I talk to y'all and all of that, but there is like I feel like a group of people that feel like because they see people on TV or on social media that, and I say TV because y'all be watching me on y'all TVs. You know, that was always the goal, to be on TV, and literally I am. So that's amazing. Thank God. But some of y'all think that y'all like are having actual interactions with me because we're doing this social media thing, and you're really not. Like, you watching me and feeling a way about what I said is not us having an interaction. It's not. That's me getting up here and saying what I want to say, and then you feeling a way about it. But people will get up here and watch what I'm saying on the video and think that we're actually having an interaction, get mad about something I said, and then feel like they need to do things to fuck with me or come at me based off of what I've said on a video. And I just want y'all to know, I don't know you. We have not interacted. And if we really have, and you really know me, then say something. But don't be out here wishing for my downfall and trying to find ways and using your energy to be negative towards me because my ancestors too strong with me. Okay? Too strong. Okay? You're wasting your time. Summer Lauderdale, thank you so much for the super sticker love. I appreciate it. Okay? But that's what some of y'all do. That's what Lisa did. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, she talks to her husband about the fight with Angie and how she was ambushed. Whitney is injecting herself into their relationship. Whitney is trying to take her friends. Her husband asks if they can talk and fix it. Okay, because he really likes Whitney's husband, Justin. So he would like for them to be cool so that he and Justin can kick it without all of this, you know, toxic energy. Lisa says that she, you know, can't have this type of you know, situation, this type of toxic energy around her, as if she's not bringing the toxicity to herself. And I feel like her husband just smiles and nods his head like a fucking Stepford husband. And I'm nervous for him a lot of the times. Okay. And if I'm not nervous for him, then I'm scared of him too, because I really, really do feel like, like if you're not scared of her, then you're exactly like her. And that shit is even scarier. Okay, y'all, I've seen way too many episodes of SVU and, you know, in The Mentalist. I've seen way too many episodes. If one person in the couple is as crazy, then the other person is either being abused or just as crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on with their relationship, but I'm scared behind the eyes. Okay, love you. And yes, F them people. Y'all don't forget about my merch, because I do have shirts that say, man, fuck them people. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Thank you for the super chat, Janae. So moving on from there, Mary baked cookies and brings some to Whitney. Mary tells them about a church member, you know, that she was just up all night with. Oh my God, you know, I mean, she had to go. She uses this a jet. And it was an accident. I said a jet, an accident. Well, she was like, you know, she you know, ejected from the sunroof. You know what I'm saying? And then just 30 feet down, you know, and the kids were there. Like, the kids were there because we're about to eat fucking cookies. And the kids are like, you know, oh wow, you know, is she alive? And she was like, oh no, she died. But you know, yes, I brought cookies, you know, but I'm just really too tired to teach you guys how to cook. And I don't know why, but I feel like Mary, first of all, I find Mary hilarious. And I think on this show, she's a breath of fresh air. I know she's weird. I know she's nutty buddy, but I enjoy her. I fucking enjoy Mary. I'm just telling y'all. And I almost felt like Mary did that shit Because don't be asked. I'm bringing you cookies. I'm being nice. Don't ask. I'm not no motherfucking mammy asking me to cook, teach you how to cook and all of this type of shit. I don't know, but there was the energy of it that felt like you're not about to turn me into a fucking maid, Whitney. Okay. And so that's why I'm going to throw this really gruesome thing at you to deflect from you asking me to teach you how to cook, which will end up with me cooking in your kitchen like I'm fucking Florence or something like that. I'm telling y'all, there was something about the way they did it that absolutely made me feel like Mary be doing that shit on purpose. That lady is very smart. That lady is very smart. That lady acts stupid. And I feel like she be catching the shade so tough and so hard that I really do feel like when she does these little crazy moments, it's to like either make fun of herself or to throw shade at other people. I think it's hilarious. Thank you, Amber Ross. Mary is crazy and I love it. Yes, I really do. It was fucking hilarious to me. them poor kids look so scared. She said, kids, wear your seatbelts. I'm sorry. Yo, I know. I watched her on Watch What Happens Live. And yes, it was absolutely funny. I don't remember if there was anything specific that really stuck out to me that she said, but we'll talk about it at the end of the video. But I will say that she read everybody. They were like, who do you think can dress? She was like, none of them. Who? Which one do you want me to say can't dress? Okay, how many of them do you want me to list that can't dress? Like, I said, ma'am. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm enjoying her. I'm just saying. So they talk about Lisa. And Mary doesn't seem to like see this negative side of Lisa, which is so weird to me. She feels like Whitney is intimidated and wants validation from Lisa because Lisa is a cool kid. And really, she would get it if she would just shut the fuck up. And when she said that, I was like, damn, that was an astute observation. Like, I mean, that's exactly what Whitney's problem is. Whitney feels that Lisa is cool and she wants to, be in on it. It's the same thing with Heather. They want to be in the in crowd. It doesn't matter how much they have, how cool they themselves are. They still feel the need to be validated by another bitch. It's very weird. Okay. But I did think that Mary's assessment was hilarious. Yeah, no, Mary can't dress either. That's why it's hilarious. Like in my head, I was like, girl, not with that hat that you had on in the fucking confessional. Girl, what? Listen, when we get to the end of this season, I feel like, at some point, maybe next episode, I'm going to come with some of these confessional looks, okay? And we are going to discuss, like, what is happening, okay? Actually, that might be a whole separate video where I pull up the confessional looks from both of these shows. And we just kind of go through them and look at them and talk about what the hell is going on. Because I feel like there's a lot to be said right there. Okay, so just give me a moment to gather all the graphics and shit, bitch. But I'm going to figure out a way for us to do that. Anyway, so Heather's daughter got into college. Everybody is super excited about that. She wants her daughter to have options. She wants her daughter to get some dick. She wants her daughter to experience dicks. And so she does not pick one that doesn't know what it's doing, like the one that she married and had all those kids with. Child. Not the wig being bunched up on the side. But you know what? She looked good. Her hair and her makeup on Watch What Happens Live look good. She has bleached her skin, but she wasn't looking as casket sharp as she did last season. Last season, that lady looked like, she was sticking her face in a piece of, whole plate of powdered donuts every fucking morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? But now I feel like they're warming her up a little bit more so she doesn't look so dead on camera. So that's a great thing. That's a great thing that's happening there. So y'all, Meredith and Brooks agreed to finally meet with Jen so that she can apologize about the Twitter situation because she says her team has made some mistakes and she wants to take accountability and apologize to him about that. It was probably one of the most, I'm not going to say sincere because I don't think it's sincere. I don't think it's sincere. I think she's lying. I think you absolutely said those things. I think you liked those things. I think you retweeted those things. And I think you're only apologizing now because you want everybody to stop being upset with you, including Meredith, because you're also the type that needs validation from other women. And especially from somebody like Meredith that, is too cool for school and everything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Meredith tends to be at the top of the totem pole on this show in a way. Right along low key with Mary, because they don't give a fuck about what anybody else has to say. They really don't. Like, she was upset about what she said about her son, but Meredith is not pressed. Meredith is just not going to, really go do all of this with you. You're not going to get all of that extra out of her. She's going to say what she's going to say, and then she's going to get up and she's going to walk away. And that's going to be that. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to get all of this extra shit. You ain't going to get all this emotion. You're not going to get all of that out of Meredith. Okay. And Mary is the same thing. Mary is not going to give you that either. Mary gonna laugh at your fucking ass. Mary gonna point out the issue, say something crazy, laugh at your ass, and move on to the next subject. Like, they don't let the other girls get to them. And I think that's why they're kind of at the top of the totem pole as far as the show is concerned, because Jen is insane. I think the new girl, Jenny, is pushing herself up there. She was impeccable this episode. We're gonna get to that. I wish I had took a picture. Damn, y'all, next time. Anyway, but she apologized. He says that it seemed like it was her, okay? And he says, I just don't even know how to articulate like the pain. And it was just really difficult. You know what I'm saying? He's on a journey and he doesn't, talk about being called. He doesn't want to talk about being called a sissy bitch online. Like, he felt that he didn't have a voice. And it was being taken away from him. And he talks just like his mom. And she says that she was just deflecting from her vagina and she's sorry. And it was a bad mistake. And he thanks her, he hugs her, and it's all good. Okay. Let's talk about it. Okay. You're milking it. Y'all are milking it. And y'all are deflecting from the issue that y'all are having within y'all household, I believe. Just the way old girl is deflecting away from her vagina that she felt insecure about. Obviously, since him saying something about it made her feel away, because she decided to, online bully that little boy because he said, to her vagina, which ultimately I have expressed to a lot of y'all gay men, because, some of y'all follow me and I love y'all, because y'all be super duper supportive. But y'all do that sometimes with that shit when it comes to women's anatomy. And I check y'all about that all the time. I don't like that shit. Because at the end of the day, you came out of a pussy. So you don't have to like one. You don't have to want to be with one. Nobody's asking that of you. Okay. I mean, society may, but I'm not. But what I would like for you to do is to not create that angst between us by insinuating that there's something wrong with my body because you don't want it. Okay, so hello, y'all do that. To me, that is what he was doing. He did not like Jen from the beginning. He didn't want his mom to be friends with her from the beginning. And I also feel like he antagonized the beef between the two of them, milked it, made it seem like he was probably more hurt than he really was about the situation. Because am I really to believe, growing up in Christian-ass Salt Lake City, with you sounding the way you sound and having the mannerisms that you have, that nobody has ever pressed you about being gay? Am I to believe that, Brooks? Because that's the way you're making it seem, and I don't believe that that's true. I don't. Now, do I believe that boy should have to like talk about his sexuality and all of that type of shit? No. Nobody should have to talk about that shit if they don't want to. But ultimately, why you give a fuck about what them people saying online? You knew people was gonna come at you anyway because y'all are on a reality show and you want to be on TV. You wanted to be on TV, Brooks. You had a whole portion of this shit that was about you. Okay? So you are going to get love and hate from people anyway. So all you could do is block them and continue to move on, because people are going to say shit anyway. And you really want me to believe, as a gay young man in 20 where you live in that type of Christian environment, like, even though that may not be what's going on in your household as far as like the Christian environment, that's what's going on in Salt Lake City. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of felt like he was milking the shit to get sympathy. You know what I'm saying? because I don't know if I felt like he really was that hurt by it. I'm gonna just say that. However, she did need to apologize because that was fucked up. Like, why would you, antagonize a beef between you and her by going at her kid? That shit was fucked up. And you should have apologized for that. And you should have given him the apology that you did give him, even though I believe that she didn't really mean it. Because she feel like the same thing I feel. Like, this nigga overreacting. They doing a lot. And I was just liking and retweeting funny shit. Oh well. But she still fucked up because that's your friend. Why would you do that to your friend? I'm not friends with that bitch. I do this for a living. If I wanted to make fun of that nigga, I would, but I don't have time for that type of shit. Okay? I don't care about what no 20-something-year-old kid doing. Like, he was on the show annoying me because I felt like he wanted to be seen too damn much. Okay? And it's not about you, it's about your mama. Okay? Like, that's how I feel. But either way, I'm glad that they were able to kiss and make up and all of that. But I'm gonna say that I wonder how Seth truly feels, because to me, when you look at the first season, when he had that fashion show for the one tracksuit, really just one. I'm sorry, y'all, but I just feel like people really do celebrate when white people are mediocre. Like, that's no disrespect, but that's some mediocre shit to come out with y'all type of money and background, to come out with a tracksuit in no different variation, no different colors, just one tracksuit. I just like, it's lazy as fuck, but okay, fine, it's great. But his daddy should have been there. His dad, you mean to tell me your dad couldn't make the time to be there? I think his dad has detached from the household in a way because of his son's sexuality and him may not being necessarily comfortable with it. And I think Meredith was mad at him about that shit and they didn't want to talk about that. I don't think it was about no other people or nothing like that. I think Meredith was mad at Seth because of the way Seth was responding to Brooks being gay. Because when they were on the phone at that fashion show and Brooks was crying about him not being there, Meredith was pissed. She was pissed. And to me, it definitely, I don't think Meredith and Seth aren't Mormon. I don't even really think they're very religious. I just think that the dad kind of showed some type of uncomfortability or indifference, and he used work in order to keep this separation. He may not have even vocalized that, but it's just something about the way he was removing himself from the situation and the way he wasn't there for his son and how much his son was bothered by that. Like, all of that. And then now how they're responding to shit that Jen liked or retweeted. Yeah, it's fucked up. But at the same time, I felt like the way he was responding is really the reaction that he probably would like to give his father about this situation. And y'all hypothesizing like a motherfucker, okay? Like, I don't really, this is only my opinion. This is only me guessing based off of what I have seen and what I know about people and what I know about how people really be feeling about this shit. Even if they don't express that in an ignorant, loud way, it doesn't mean that they still don't feel a way and then kind of retract love or retract, some type of affection or support because of it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that I feel like this is not even really about Jen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I wanted to say. It's not even really about Jen. I think it's about, just the overall, how not only people, but probably how people in his family respond to him for not being, what they probably wanted or expected for him to be, which is a cisgendered white man who wants to, walk in his father's footsteps and run his businesses and all of whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I'm open to be wrong. But I'm just saying, after looking at both seasons and how he's reacted, that's just how I feel about it. But I'm glad that Jen apologized to him. I'm going to say that again because she was still fucked up as far as I'm concerned. Stop showing people your vagina with your drunk ass, okay? So anyway, the guys meet up, the husbands meet up, and everyone is still married. And they're congratulating each other on that because apparently it's hard to stay married to these hoes. Nah, I'm married. Like, you celebrate the fact that everybody's still holding it together. You know what I'm saying? Because life will fuck up your shit. So they think Justin has the best deal out of all the men. And I'm like, why? Because he has the youngest one? Y'all are some nasty ass old men and y'all need to grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, but that's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying?
It couldn't be about the amount of sex because they're not having that much sex. Maybe you thought that. Oh, maybe because they have the stripper pole. I guess, you hoes need to be a little bit more open sexually and stop being so rigid so that these men won't think that having a stripper pole in your basement is something to be, that excited about. Like the fuck? Nothing really came from this scene as far as I was concerned, except for the fact that they really want their wives to be friends so that they can be friends. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But he don't have to talk about it in order for people to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whether he's talking about it or not, people are already just like everybody else thought it. Okay. Everybody online thought it. Everybody on, in Utah thought it. I'm gonna read Dewey for Filth next week. Who is Dewey? They don't have that much sex. These women are arm candy. That's all. Obviously, they don't, and that's depressing. Child, listen. I mean, maybe it's their age range. I don't know, but maybe the sex not that good. Maybe they have side niggas. That's probably what it is. The most probably have side niggas. That's what I think Meredith was on. Nah, stay gone. Stay gone. I'm not moving out there. Okay, that's it. So anyway, y'all, Dewey is Jeannie's husband. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then she gonna get online and defend him. We'll get to it. But Jenny and Whitney talk about their roles in their households. And y'all, when they were talking at lunch, oh my God, y'all, Jenny. I love whenever I see a woman that's like a really good representation of her different ethnicity. It reminds me of back in the day when you would get dolls for for a different ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why, but that's just me. I'm sorry. I just love when I see that sometimes. Okay. But Jenny's very, very beautiful. She's a very, very beautiful Vietnamese woman. I mean, the hair, the makeup, the skin. Like she looked younger than Whitney. And Whitney is at least 15 years younger than her, I'm sure. Okay. Or maybe less, probably 10. She's in her 40s. Whitney's probably in her early 30s, right? So yeah, they're probably like 10 plus years apart. And Jeannie was sitting there in her suit glittering, okay? Glossy, okay? Glossy. Killing it, okay? Jenny definitely gives American Doll vibes. Okay, y'all get me. Okay, y'all get why I'm like that. Okay. Child used to love me a good American Girl doll. Jeannie doesn't look a day over 40. She is impeccable. She's impeccable. I was sitting up there looking at the scene and it was hard to listen to what they were saying because I was just like, God damn. I mean, the hair was shiny. Her makeup was done beautifully. The suit was everything. And they're just sitting there at lunch. Like, I was just kind of like, bruh, please leave this lady alone. If this lady don't want to have no more kids, please leave this lady the fuck alone. And they talked about how Whitney wanted to have more kids, but Justin didn't. So he got a vasectomy after they had 2 kids. And now she regrets that. Okay. So she secretly be hoping that she would get pregnant. It's probably not going to happen. He old and he had a vasectomy. It's done. Okay. Jenny's, situation is the exact opposite. She doesn't want to raise another fucking child. Like, babe, come answer my phone for me. It might be insurance people. Sorry, y'all. Hello?
Hi, Miss Brittany.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna give you to my husband. Yeah, take that. Okay. You on speakerphone? Take it off speakerphone. He's still putting it up against his head, like nigga. Take it off speakerphone. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know we still trying to get the insurance people to get with us about everything. So every phone call has to be answered at this point. But yes, like I was saying, so Jenny doesn't want any more kids. She doesn't want to raise any more kids. It's not even just about physically getting pregnant again. She said she worked hard for her body. She doesn't want to go backwards, but it's not even just about that. That lady does not want to be responsible for a fucking newborn, for a toddler. Her daughter is 9 years old. She says, I can sleep in the child on. She's gotten to a good point with her kids. She does not want to start over again. That's insane. 6:30. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. How long is it gonna take? Okay. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Sorry, y'all. Too much going on at one time. Okay, so like I said, she doesn't want to raise another child from infancy. So they get to Lisa, and Jenny speaks so highly of Lisa, and Whitney's never seen this version that she speaks of. Child, nobody has. Nobody has. But that's because Whitney, you play a lesser role to her. Like you allow yourself to be the laid back personality that, oh my God, so they're always going to think they're smarter than you because that's the way you show up. So now that, she's going into the business world, Whitney might actually be able to like step out of that, Valley girl, dumb blonde thing that people like to attach to her based off how she looks. You know what I'm saying? So, because I think that's exactly what Lisa does to them. Oh, you're a dumb blonde, that type of shit. But let's talk about that Dewey and Jenny shit for a second. I saw the preview to next week's episode too, and it sounded like she said she had 12 or 13 miscarriages. Out of that, she had 3 children, 1 stillborn, and she had 1 baby that died at 42 weeks. Why on God's green earth would that man continue to try to put his wife through that type of trauma? And I know he said they can get a surrogate, but again, why would you want to put your wife through that again? It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And she's going to get online and defend him and act like we are, terrible and wrong for saying he's fucked up after you've presented us with the fucked upness. Okay. Okay, I get it, girl. Defend your husband. Let's move on from there. So Meredith and Heather, they go skiing and have lunch together. They talk about how her daughter is going to college, and Meredith shares that her kids always talk to her about sex, which made me realize that Meredith has always known exactly what was going on with Brooks, but knew how Brooks felt about it not being a topic of conversation because of how Salt Lake City and probably his pappy feels about it. Okay, so Heather used to be horrified of her daughter having sex before marriage, back when she was, a Mormon and married and all of that. And now she's horrified that her daughter won't have enough sex before she gets married. Okay, you can't get stuck with mediocre dick. It's not good. So Lisa and Whitney meet up, y'all. And Whitney wants to know why she wants to meet up with her. Like, why do you want to meet up with me? Why do you want to meet up with this? Because that's what she calls me. She calls me this. And they play it back. And it was when they were talking to Angie. And she was like, and now this is a part of the conversation. It's like, okay, we're just going to be as disrespectful as we can possibly be. And Lisa wants them to have some gin because she sees gin as a restorative or a restarter, starting anew. I said, Lisa, shut the okay with the bullshit. All right. She says the husband's joked that they should become friends. And Lisa says, well, I don't know why they thought we weren't friends. Are we really going to do this fake thing, Lisa? See, that's what the fuck we talking about. Why you want to act fake right now? When you're going to go behind somebody's back and try to ruin their fucking livelihood or something. Why don't you be real in this moment and say what the problem is and have a conversation like a fucking adult, okay? Instead of being grimy and backstabby the way you are, okay? Anyway, she's just terrible. I swear, people should be showing you what the fuck they want to show you until you really get into their personalities and realize they grimy as anyway. So Whitney is like, well, I don't see us as friends. I don't think we're friends at all. And Whitney says, you referred to me as this when we were talking with Angie. And it was very rude. And Lisa is like smiling and laughing it off. Like, it's not like that. That's not what I meant. You misunderstood me. You're inviting this girl into the situation. It's like, ma'am, you didn't say this, girl. You said this. And it doesn't even matter because don't refer to me in that manner as if you don't fucking know me. Okay. And I didn't bring myself or interject myself into anything. At the end of the day, you were upset about the relationship that Angie and Whitney are having. You're injecting yourself in their situation because it has nothing to do with you, but you're making it a problem for yourself. You're projecting. Okay. So let's continue to smile and be fake about it. Talking about it's a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. Whitney says, you tell Angie not to claim me as her family member. What about that? And Lisa believes that she didn't mean it in that way. And I'm like, she thinks that's an adequate response at this point. Whitney wants to be her friend. Whitney says, if you really want us to move forward, we can maybe spend some time together to fix what the situation is, because Lisa thinks it's all just a misunderstanding. Okay, well, let's fix it then. Since it's all just a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. You don't want to be accountable. You don't want to have to apologize. You don't want to have to say that you were being a bitch and that you were wrong. You don't want to have to do that. You would rather fall on a fucking knife and die before you admit that you were wrong with the way you handled something, Lisa. And that is very bad. To me, that's a bad trait to have, to be able to openly fuck over people with such callousness as to smile in their face. And then when they confront you, you still want to sit up here and act like you have no fault in it. Bitch, man up, for lack of a better term. Okay? Lisa says, I know that there'll be some issues moving forward, but hopefully we can just put that aside and, give each other the benefit of the doubt. To me, it sounds like you're going to continue to talk shit about Whitney behind her back. And when it gets back to her, you want her to ignore it and act like it didn't happen so that y'all won't have beef. So you'll continue to be fake. Okay. Whitney, if you want to be her friend, you're a glutton for punishment, just like Heather, and I don't know what to tell you. Babe, can you heat this coffee up for me, please? Thank you. All right, y'all. It's 694 y'all in the room. I'm about to transition over to Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. And I would really appreciate if everybody would, not stalk me and like my video. Oh my God, I have got to go get my nails done today. I think I'm going to get my nails done after I work out, y'all. Babe, you going to come with me? Go get my nails done. Y'all, I made Lyric go get a pedicure with me last time I went. You could wait another week if you want. I mean, another 2. You should still kind of cute? Okay. Then we could wait for my next appointment then. I think next time you should get a manicure though, and you should get them to do the paraffin on your hands and stuff. Right, so yeah, get your hands soft. Yeah. Get some gloves. Try to keep my shit. You need some gloves. You need like work gloves. I could get some from work. Okay. Did y'all like my video? Y'all all in my business. Did you like my video though? Just playing. They said, "Hey, Larry."
Well, now people was saying with y'all, how y'all living?
All right, that's enough. They don't need to hear all that. Okay, y'all. We ready for Real Housewives of Potomac? Okay, Real Housewives of Potomac. So, Mia and Candiace. You guys, this episode starts off with the last one left off, which is with the two of them screaming and howling at each other and throwing fucking letters. So, like I said last week, there seems to have been some misunderstandings. Okay, there seems to have been some confusion. Child, they had me thinking that I had saw the shit wrong, but I was like, nah, because they showed us something different this episode than they showed us on the last episode. The last episode, we absolutely saw that Candiace threw that letters first. Okay, but on this week, the way they played it, it seemed as if Mia threw the letters first, but she did not. Okay, so this is my point when it comes to Candiace. Even though I feel like Candiace should be able to read however the fuck she wants to read at the end of the day. It do be harsh. It do be tough. I'm not going to lie about that. But I also feel like a lot of the times people do fuck with Candiace first and they get what they get because that's how she likes to argue. So if you don't want to argue like that, then don't argue with Candiace. Okay, if you can't handle that. Mia seems to be able to handle it. But see, Candiace's problem is that once she can't win the argument, she likes to get physical. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what everybody missed last season. And I know everybody's so scared to talk about last season and they're so tired of the argument. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to make my point. So last season, I said that Candiace also played a part. It wasn't just about what she said. It was about the fact that she got in Monique's face and she poked her too. There was a moment where they both went back and forth with flipping each other's hair and poking each other and touching each other. So that means when we both got in each other's faces and we both dot, and then eventually it gets into this, that was a motherfucking fight. That was not an attack. I'm gonna say it again. I don't care how y'all get mad about it. I don't care what y'all feel about it. Candiace played absolute part in the fight. And you know what you hoes did? You know what you hoes did? And I'm specifically talking about Giselle and Robin, but then also the rest of y'all that defended Candiace as well and said that it wasn't her fault at all. Y'all made it so that Candiace did not have to actually have any responsibility in what happened with Monique. So now when we come around to this situation with Mia and she's doing the same type of shit she did in that fight with Monique, everybody wants to be like, oh, she didn't learn anything. Well, bitch, I told you that last season when y'all didn't hold her accountable for her part in it, she was not going to change her behavior because y'all told her that she wasn't wrong. Y'all told her that she got attacked. Y'all told her that it was all Monique's fault. It was all on Monique, remember? So now, don't expect Candiace to learn something from that because as y'all said, she wasn't wrong. So now that we're here, now that we're at this juncture, and she's the first person to throw lettuce, and then when Mia puts her finger in Candiace's face, Candiace puts her finger right back in her face. I do not want to hear about Candiace being a victim. I do not want to hear about Candiace not playing a part in fights that she gets into. At some point, both people have to take accountability. Both people. Monique needed to take accountability for the fact that she put her hands on her first. And you should have walked away. Especially if you felt like you were getting to that point. That was a lesson that Monique had to learn. And do you know, I feel like Monique learned her lesson. Do you know why? Because Monique took herself out of a situation that she felt like was going to continue to be volatile for her. So if she felt like, I'm going to continue to be whooping ass. So you know what? Let me exit off the show. Preach, Bondy, let them hoes know. Thank you, Princess. I appreciate you for the super chat. Monique said she didn't deserve that. I was fucked up. I was wrong. And I'm not coming back because I don't want to put myself in that situation again. Y'all still mad at Monique. Y'all still talk about the girl like she ain't shit. And got mad at me because I didn't see it that way. I just want to remind everybody, that's all. I'm petty like that. I'll take that. Give a fuck. Okay? I can reference it. All right? Because it's exactly what happened. And the truth of the matter is, Ashley started all of the shit at the end of the episode, but Ashley was not wrong when she said, you're doing the same thing you did last season. But Ashley continues to do the same shit. It's just that because none of her situations actually ended up with somebody beating her ass, just threatening to beat her ass. Because Robin, you threatened to beat her ass several times, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. And Ashley has gone around doing the exact same thing season after season, which I notice is the Tiffany thing from Love and Marriage Huntsville. They bring up uncomfortable truths in front of everybody. Sometimes they're not truths, though. Ashley likes to bring up shit and lie and embellish, and I don't like that shit. Like when she talked about how many drinks Monique had when she got in that accident. That shit, I was like, come on, Ashley. Like, that's just not even fucking cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you still lied about how many drinks she had. Like, you still said she had 4 drinks and she had 2. Okay? There's a difference. I'm going to tell you, at this junction in my life, there's a difference between 2 drinks and 4. Okay? But anyway, you know, let's go ahead and get into these notes. But I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, this absolutely proves to me that the reason why Candiace's behavior has not changed is because nobody held her accountable. That's all. So Mia and Candiace are throwing lettuce. They both don't care, but somehow they both are screaming and end up crying. Candiace tells G to take his bitch home. Wendy's like, don't tell her husband to take his bitch home. Don't do that. Candiace says that she can say whatever she wants. And, you know, I'm just supposed to stay silent. She was saying Mia. So Mia can say whatever she wants and I'm just supposed to stay silent. Candiace's issue is not being called broke, y'all. Candiace's issue is when Candiace goes at people when they come at her and y'all tell Candiace to stop, like Candiace is the one that's wrong in the situation, that's what triggers Candiace. That's what triggers Candiace. Candiace is triggered by Mia because she felt like I didn't do anything to this bitch and she's, coming at me. Y'all can say what y'all want to. When Mia showed up to the fucking video shoot on bullshit, y'all, she was on bullshit. She was absolutely trying to get information from Candiace's messy ass mama to use against her. A different type of mama would not have indulged in that conversation, but Mia absolutely had the energy of, I'm judging Candiace. I got a lot of shit to say about Candiace and her husband. I'm gonna do a lot of, asking invasive questions. I'm gonna be annoying. And I'm gonna get it popping with Candiace for no reason other than the fact that I feel like it. Okay, Mia, that was the choice you made. And so when Candiace decided to come at you, I feel like it was fair game. Honestly, that's how I feel. But y'all know, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. And thank you for the super chat. Let's bring Monique back, get her and Candiace friendship back because I love it. Let them get back on track. Honestly, I would love to see that, but that's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen at this point, but I would love to see it happen, but it's not. Candiace is not in a place where she could even go to her. Like, I don't think she would ever admit that she played a part. Like, she just can't do that. But y'all, it's Candiace being shut down that's the problem. It's y'all acting like people don't pick at Candiace. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all wanting her to be the bigger person all the time. That is what is triggering for Candiace. And I think it's because Dorothy used to shut Candiace down all the time. Dorothy shut Candiace down with that psychology all the time. And so now that she's an adult, she's not going to let y'all shut her down. And y'all, as a person that very much got shut down in their family, not all the time. I was very much allowed to be vocal, but only with only with certain people. My daddy would shut your ass down. Or I had to be the bigger person or the more mature person in a situation where I'm dealing with somebody who's older than me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I understand where Candiace is coming from, because when you become an adult after having that type of childhood, you don't let nobody come at you. And people who are harsh with their words have been harsh too. Like, I believe that her mom has been harsh to Candiace in the way she speaks to her, which is why Candiace is harsh in her words with the way she speaks to other people. People in my family have been very harsh with their words towards me. So when people, oh, Bondy, so no. I'm very here compared to the here that I'm used to. Okay. So I think that that's where Candiace is coming from as well, which is kind of why I understand her, is because I also get what it's like to be the person that is constantly being shut down. And then you be like, all right, y'all know how I am, just leave me alone. And then they don't want to leave you alone. And you be like, all right, leave me alone. And they be like, no, I'm not going to leave you alone. I'm going to keep saying what I want to say. Okay, so now I'm going to say what I want to say. And then everybody's like, whoa, you've gone too far, man. And it's like, well, how many warnings did we have to give the bitch before I took it there? Thank you for the super chat, Adrian Robertson. Roberson. I laughed when Candiace said, you better watch yourself, or what? What are you going to do? Cop caller? Candiace obviously didn't learn Nuck If You Buck as a nursery rhyme like the rest of us. She didn't. Because listen, when I say I could back it up, meaning that I said what the fuck I said, and I'm not about to fight nobody about it. But if I wanted to fight someone, like if I wanted to go back and forth and do all of this and get into it where I feel like it's about to turn physical with somebody, I'm not going to get my ass whipped and then press charges. Like, I'm not going to do that. We just fought. I just got my ass whipped. It happens. You don't win every fight. But unless you like bloodied me up real bad, fucked my face up, unless you did something to prohibit me from making money, I have no reason. Especially if, that's why I like for people to throw the first lick. I like for people to throw the first lick because that takes me legally out of being, responsible for whatever happens thereafter. But the only way I'm gonna sue you is if you like fuck me up, like cut me, something like that. I will sue the fuck out of you. I don't care if we both engaged in a fight. If I didn't have a knife and you cut me, bitch, I am suing the fuck out of you. Are you serious? But I'm gonna let you try to throw the first lick first. Do you think the color is there's a colors issue in the group? Yes. Thank you for the super chat. I do. Mia also started that conversation in the kitchen with Ashley to get a reaction. She did. That's what I'm saying. Like, Mia is definitely antagonizing Candiace and saying shit to get a reaction out of Candiace. And then when Candiace gives the reaction, everybody's like, whoa, Candiace, back it up, babe. You're doing too much. And yeah, but so I'm sorry. So, okay. So back into the notes, y'all. I'm sorry. So Karen asked Candiace if she knew Mia's mama's story, and Candiace says that she didn't know at Giselle's event. I believe she did know after that. I don't believe this shit about I'm just finding out in the motherfucking attic with Giselle and Robin later on. No, I think you knew after that. I think they told you after you said that. I think Giselle and Robin told her. But I think at this point, it doesn't matter, because here's the thing, Mia, if you don't want somebody to use your mom against you, then you don't use their mom against them. You open the door for this shit. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I'm sorry. You opened the door for this shit, Mia. And it's because you're a new girl. So you're coming on and you're antagonizing someone who you know you can get a reaction out of, and then who you can make out to be the bad guy. I see you, bitch. I see you. And that's why I'm not completely going in on Candiace for what was said, even though I feel like she does go far. And I have said she goes far plenty of times. And the only thing that I ask is that she can back her words up. And if she gonna talk that shit, talk it from the other side of the room. Don't get all in people's face and put your hands on people. And then when you get into a motherfucking fight, you want to say somebody attacked you. Don't do that, because that's a Karen moment. Don't do that. But if we gonna get into it, we gonna get into it, bitch. Like, what? Child, we gonna get into it. Because I'm mad about that too. We gonna get into that. So everyone is trying to keep Mia and G from leaving. I was like, girl, you ain't going no fucking where. Get out of here with that. Chris comes in and he takes Candiace to the back after she explains how she threw 2 pieces of lettuce at Mia and then she threw the whole bowl at her. I said, girl, you still threw it first. Stop it. Mia cries about her mom, and my mom relapses. That bitch gonna catch me outside. Girl, your mama not gonna relapse because you got her crying every time the cameras are around talking about how she wasn't there for you as a child. Like, she ain't gonna relapse because of that. Come on, Mia. You milking it. And you trying to use that shit. Stop it. When I tell you, I did not for a moment feel like all that emotion wasn't touched by it at all. Sorry. Thank you, Tipsy Libra, for the super chat. It's not that Candiace is harsh. She's relentlessly antagonizing. Even when Mia walked away or not involved, Candiace childishly talked crap about her. So you didn't feel, when did Mia walk away? Was it when Mia was calling everybody a broke bitch when she was on the phone with her friend and she walked away? Or was it when they were in the kitchen and she turned to Ashley? Hey, Niecy. Thank you for the super chat, though, my love. I appreciate you. Hey, my boo. Or was it when Candiace was in the kitchen and Mia is saying to Ashley, she's so mean? Like, when was she walking away? I feel like Mia absolutely knew what she was doing with Candiace. I feel like Candiace is definitely in the wrong. Girl, we're going to argue. Because I feel like Mia started it. I feel like Mia started that shit. I feel like Candiace shouldn't have threw the letters first. That was her mistake. And if she would have got in that blend, don't be pulling out no napkins crying about it because you invited that energy with Mia. You took it to the physical place as well. You put your hands in her face as well. You threw shit as well. So yeah, no, I think they both played equal part in the breakdown in the whole overall fight, because they were both crying and throwing shit and trying to throw their dicks around and acting a fool. They were both doing that, as far as I'm concerned. But Mia started it. Mia was antagonizing Candiace. Mia has been trying to start a fight with Candiace since the video shoot, as far as I'm concerned. The way I am now seeing it set up, I think she always watched the show. I think she very much knew about how Candiace's relationship with Dorothy is. I think that she inquired and she was excited and giggling and everything for Dorothy to show up so she could finally get some information from Dorothy to use it against Candiace so that she can start a fight with Candiace so she can make a splash on the show because it's her first season. She got to get into it with somebody. She saw Candiace as somebody that's a weak link. She sees Candiace as somebody who she knows I can press her buttons and start a fight with her, and she's going to do the most, so people are going to see her as being wrong instead of me because she's going to go above and beyond, even though I'm going to be the one to initiate the fight. Child. Let me tell you. I see you, Mia. I'm sorry, y'all, but no, we just gonna have to fight on Thursday, girl, and I'm open to it. But I'm not gonna put all of this on Candiace. I'm just really not. I just don't like the fact that Candiace was crying. Candiace, what the fuck are you crying for? Is it because everybody was drunk? Is it because everybody was drunk? But Candiace crying on Chris's lap and him having that talk with her, I appreciated that moment. Yeah, gather your wife, get her together. She need to calm the fuck down. Why are you this emotional? That's what I don't understand. Crystal O'Neill, I agree with everything you just said. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all, we gonna get to it. But I just feel like people really, y'all on the slick be sensitive when y'all feel like it. So remember last week when I said that I felt like G was completely out of pocket, and there were a few of y'all that wanted to argue with me about that. He wasn't being disrespectful. So how would you feel if your husband flicked his tongue at one of your girlfriends while y'all was standing there talking to her? Let me know. Comment down below and let me know if your husband was drunk like this and he flicked his tongue at one of your homegirls, how would you feel? Because I'm very interested to know what our levels of disrespect are. Thank you, Erin Giselle Poe, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, boo. Hold up, what happened? Oh, okay. All right. G is nasty, just creepy. No, ma'am, not my husband. G is nasty. He's giving Michael vibes. G was being disrespectful, but Mia knew who she married. Aha. Candiace needs to learn how to ignore. Aha. Nafisa, stab. Aha. Nah, we be going home. I would feel single after that. That's disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Okay, throw up emojis. I would have reacted just like Karen. What Karen said, y'all? Hold on. I need to get the words right. Hold up. I need to make sure I have the words right, y'all. Karen said, I am the ambassador of Surrey County. Show some dignity. I know that. Mia, get your man. Okay, please, Mia, get your man. Okay, child. They standing in the hallway trying to convince Mia and G not to leave, and then they start having a conversation about the shit that Candiace was saying about how he met me on the street corner and all of this shit, and he was like, I never met you on the street corner. I met you in the strip club. And I used to come in there and I'd just be like, let me just 2 hours. Let me talk to him. We just go in the back and we talk. And she was like, actually, you would pay like $10,000 for 2 hours. And Ashley was like, that's a lot of money to pay for 2 hours just to talk. I'm just saying. And I loved Ashley in that moment. But I also want to say, Ashley, there are degrees to this shit, ma'am. You really do be throwing that whole shade over in Mia's direction. But I feel like the reason why you know is because it takes one to know one. Thank you, Erin, again for the super chat. I just wish Candiace would stop being an easy target emotionally. Absolutely. That's because she's so immature. That's because she's so childish still. Candiace is still immature and childish. And even though she's trying to grow up, the growth has not happened 100%. And it has not happened 75%. Bitch, it ain't even happened 50, maybe 25. But she needs to do more growing as a woman so that she cannot be bothered the way she is by the shit that these women say. Because there's no reason why she should have been crying. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is you crying for? Okay. So, y'all, after everybody goes to, calm down in their rooms, Chris is cleaning up the mess. And he tells Ashley, hey, I just want to let you know, I still follow you on Instagram. I'm happy for you and Michael with the kids. Motherhood looks good on you. I know you and Candiace have y'all situation, but I don't have a problem, just basically, because they were the only ones in the kitchen. And Ashley was like, I appreciate that, Chris. Your wife called me wide. And he was like, my wife loves her adjectives. And I was just like, I like the way he responded to that, because she was trying to, like, what you was going to try to get him to talk bad about his wife to you, bitch. Ashley, go somewhere with that shit. Thank you, JW, for the super sticker. I like Chris, y'all. I know Chris has his ways about him, but I often feel like the reason why he can be that way is because he's defending Candiace's ass. And nobody's perfect, but essentially, I really do like Chris. I think that Chris got very upset when y'all was talking about how he wasn't raising his kids. I think he got very, very upset about that, and that caused him to act out of character. I hope that moving forward, they can do better. But I think both Chris and Candiace can be the person to go far when they feel the need to. It's just Chris is more patient and better at controlling himself. But they definitely have that in common as far as I'm concerned. They both can get it there, okay, get it popping when they feel like it, okay? But I didn't appreciate Ashley's tone in that conversation with him. Thank you so much, Marvetta Allen, for the super sticker. Y'all showing mad love. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Bondi is so low budget. Ain't I though? Low budget is a motherfucker. You know why I'm low budget? Because ain't nobody trying to waste their coin. Okay, I'm very low budget. I don't have nothing for you to rob. Okay, so Robin and Giselle get there, and Chris carries this 1-foot ass bitch bags upstairs. And I was like, I do not know why Chris is carrying Giselle's bags upstairs. You know why? Because she one of the main ones that like to talk shit about Chris. And I feel like Chris always has a tone with her that says, I know you talk shit about me, but I'm going to rise above all my haters and still be a gentleman to your whack ass. Okay? Like his tone is very much, child, low budget. Yes, I'm very low budget. What are you talking about? I don't have a goddamn thing, y'all. This is a crack house I'm living in right now. There's a hole in the roof and everything, bitch. I'm destitute. Yes, y'all. But I was annoyed by Chris like being such a gentleman, but I also feel like I know he knows, and the tone he was giving was, oh yeah, now you want me to help you carry your bags upstairs with your vagina neck having ass? All right, ma'am, I'll carry your bags upstairs because I'm a gentleman. Okay, I'm better than you. I'm gonna do better. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, new mommy, for the super chat. Do you think Chris and Candiace marriage will last? I hope so. Thank you for the super chat. I hope so. But marriage is hard in general, so I wouldn't say that because she's one way or he's another that it won't work out, because that doesn't mean anything. But I hope it works out. But anyway, so when Robin and Candiace see each other, she runs and hugs Robin, and then Robin picks Candiace up and they spin around for a while. Then I was just like, Robin, why do you do this? Robin, why do you do this? Thank you so much, Terry Wiley, for the Cash App. Why do you do this, Robin? Why do you do these things? Why do you do these things? Are you doing these things because you know I'm going to call you a lesbian? Or are you doing these things because it's really kind of what you want to do, and it kind of, shows how your true feelings are that you don't want to admit to yourself? Come on, Robin. What is you picking this bitch up for and spinning her around for? And if she was going to be, listen, Giselle, you should have asked your homegirl to get your luggage, okay? That's who should have got your luggage. And then she gonna talk about she on her period. You should have stayed home. You and Giselle could have stayed home. Y'all were not needed for this couples trip. Y'all are not a couple, okay? And Ashley, I appreciate you being there because you starting up the mess and all of that, but you could be by yourself. You could be by yourself. This is not the first time you have been without Michael at a couple's event, bitch. You can do it. You don't need nobody else to be there with you. You can start messing, hold your own, all on your lonesome. But I really think Ashley wanted Giselle and Robin to be there because she needed backup when she got messy with Candiace, because she wasn't sure that any of the other women would back her up. She knew Karen probably would stay neutral. She knew that Wendy probably wasn't going to back her up. Even though they might have their little situation, that don't mean Wendy is going to, back her up or do all of that capping that fucking Giselle was doing in the corner that nobody was paying attention to. Y'all, what the fuck did Giselle have on? Giselle had on a black sweatshirt that had different shapes, sizes of pearls on just this part of the arm, and I think the part up here on the sweatshirt. And I feel like it was meant to be cute, but for some reason it didn't look that way on her. So let's go. I'm sorry. Let's just move on from there. But anyway, so Candiace talks to them. She talks to them about what happened with Mia. And they tell her about Mia's mom. And she says now she feels bad. She wouldn't have talked about Mia's mom if she had known that. She would have just talked about her big feet or her big hands. I said, Candiace, you're lying. Candiace, I think you were very much made aware after you said it the first time. And you still decided to say it because you didn't give a fuck about hurting Mia's feelings. Because you feel like she probably had hurt yours, or you felt like, bitch, I was being nice to you and you being messy and you going to my mom. So now I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I may not be that hurt behind it, but I'm damn sure gonna be mean to your ass. I'm damn sure gonna go for the jugular when you fuck with me. Like, that's what Candiace is on. Period, point fucking blank. She knew. She absolutely knew by the time we got to this kitchen scene. She knew because they had already talked to her about it. They talked about it off camera, but they talked about it. Because they didn't even, the way they chopped the scene up, they didn't even really say that, oh, she didn't know. Just that, if she had known that, and she said, I didn't know when we were at the Reasonably Shady event. But she knew after that. So thank you, Princess, for the super chat. I see people Twitter dragging a scholar for saying Mia for classism, but call her hoe. I feel no ways. Candiace and Scholar started dragging that girl Mia and Ashley messy as fuck and started the mess. It started that mess. F them. And that's my thing. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all be ready to like ignore when people start shit. Anyway. So they don't have a bathroom of their own, Giselle and Robin. I don't really care about that. I'm sure they're going to make a big deal about it. I don't care. I like that Wendy was refusing to give them the energy that they wanted. She was like, you can use the bathroom downstairs. Like, you can do whatever you need to do. But I'm glad you guys are here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time. And she says if they're on bullshit, they don't have nothing to do with her because she is not engaging. I said, I know that's right, Wendy. You look too good, girl, to engage in foolishness with these two tired ass old batches. Okay? Leave them old batches where they at. In the attic. So anyway, when they go out to have dinner, Giselle, Ashley, and Karen are in the back of the bus having a little kiki about sex stuff, which was cute. And it reminds us that we actually do like when Giselle and Karen are getting along. Karen says that they talk too freely with their teabagging. So it's something that they really do. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. It's the only teabagging that I do. I say, yeah, because don't nobody want to almost choke on Ray's old balls. Okay, first of all, Ray comes from the Bush era, okay? Meaning there's hair on those balls, and those balls are old. So those balls are going to sag, okay? Y'all, I instantly think about Dave Chappelle. Those balls are as smooth as eggs. Yes, those are your balls. Yes, no, that's not what he's giving, though. He's giving long, wrinkly balls, and there's no reason why Karen would put herself in that position and hurt her back and her knees so that he can teabag her and almost have her choking on a piece of hair and, long old balls. Like, yeah, nobody's doing that, okay? Nobody's doing that. I believe her 100% when she says, no. And then G was asleep, after a while, after he flicked his tongue at Karen, Mia had to go lay him down, right? He went to sleep, woke up, he was still drunk. He was on the bus, went to sleep, woke up, he was still drunk. And he woke up on the bus talking about LD, TBH, which is long dick to be had. I said, if I have to hear about G's dick one more time, like when I tell y'all I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to hear about it, G. Oh, I don't want to hear about it. So they get to dinner. Ashley is trying to get Giselle some strange from some white boy that's sitting at the table behind them. I said, Ashley, if you want to get some strange, please, by all means, get the strange, because Michael probably getting it. But what you're not going to do is trying to push some old white man on Giselle. Giselle does not want a white man. She's not going to say that on camera, but Giselle does not want a white man. Giselle wants a very dark complected black man. Okay, or some version of that. But if y'all have been paying attention, Giselle does not like white men. She doesn't. Like, she's not that type. No, she's not that. Okay. She's the light-skinned girl that likes to have the upper hand amongst the darker complected and brown-skinned girls. She's not going to put herself in the arena of dating white men, because then she's going to have to compete with white women, and they're lighter than her. And, you know, then her light eyes and light skin don't really matter as much in that environment, whereas it matters a lot in the black community and in our environment. So she definitely wants to keep her dating pool over here with us, where she can be a queen bee, versus over there with the white people when she's just going to be a light-skinned black girl that's, yeah, pretty, but probably is being fetishized. I know y'all wasn't expecting that read, but I gave it to you anyway. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on from there. So Ashley says that Michael has the boys. He took them to work. His assistant is helping, you know, comes and feeds them and everything. And G is like, is the assistant breastfeeding? You know, I just wanted to know. Why is you wondering about what's going on with other people's titties? Mia, get your man, girl. Get him. I don't care what y'all are talking about. This amount of alcoholism is fucking embarrassing, y'all. If your husband is like this at anywhere, like, that's a problem, my nigga. Get some water. No more alcohol for him. He's still drunk. He's hilarious, y'all. I'm not bothered by him like that, because I don't want y'all to feel like that. But if I was Mia, I would be embarrassed as fuck. I don't care that it's funny on television. As a wife, if that was my husband, I would be. So then she grabbed his face and just started kissing him, talking about, you know, I gotta be more affectionate with you. No, bitch. You put pussy in his mouth so he can shut the fuck up when you feel like he's doing too much. That's what you did. Okay. Anyway. That's what you did. Okay. So then the white guys who were sitting at that table behind them sent over some shots to the table, which was very cool. But there's another table on the other side of, you know, the housewives and their husbands that is all women. Apparently, those are all those men's wives. So these white men sent all these black people and their husbands shots, didn't send their own wives shots. I said, ain't that about a bitch? But there's some black woman somewhere online trying to convince you that white men gonna treat you better, huh? All these niggas is fucked up. What is y'all talking about? Child, I be listening to some of the shit that, you know, some of the girls be saying online, you know, because they really try to like promote that black men are just so problematic. You know what I'm saying? And really they are. They are. I don't disagree. That's why I watch the content. But sometimes I feel like they try to frame shit in a way that's all men. That's not just black men. That's all men. And this was one of the prime examples of when niggas are just oblivious. Gonna send shots to their table, but not the wives. But y'all are sitting separately. Like, come on now. Honestly, if I'm gonna send it to these bitches and their husbands, I'm gonna also send something over there to my wife as well, so she don't feel no type of way. But not even thinking about it. Karen gets up there and said, well, I just want to come and say, I'm gonna be married to my husband Ray for 25 years. I said, Karen, please stop. I'm so tired of Karen having conversations that she prefaced with that. We understand that you were so excited that you and Ray have made it thus far, Karen. We really are. It's a great milestone, especially in this day and age. But ma'am, go sit down and eat your food. But she went over there to try to help them white ladies. She said, if y'all don't want to get divorced, y'all gonna have to do better than this. Y'all gonna have to do better than this. So go and buy them, get your Gucci girl, get whatever you're gonna get, make them pay. Make them pay. Okay. Thank you so much, Sian Shobatan, for the super chat. You're so right. Giselle said in one of her after shows a couple of weeks ago that Wendy is hating on her because she's pretty. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Wendy doesn't need to hate on you. Like, she has a man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And even if he was cheating on her, bitch, he ain't Jamal Bryant cheating on her. And we're going to leave that at that. Okay. So Ashley starts the mess, y'all. Ashley asks if Chris felt the need to check Candiace when she and Mia were fighting. And he says, look, I took her outside, and Candiace was even like, yeah, he cussed my ass out. You know, he got me together. Candiace is in full, I've been drinking, and now I'm eating my food, and I'm good. I don't know, you know, we all good. I'm just going to eat my food. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Candiace is drunk. Y'all, Candiace was drunk. Like, you could tell by the way Candiace was drinking and eating them oysters. Like, she was definitely like not, I feel like, trying to argue with anybody at this moment, right? So Chris and Ashley are engaging in this conversation. And he is basically saying that, you know, I don't subscribe to the bullshit that Candiace be on, so I checked her, okay? But ultimately, I let you women do what y'all do. Me and G haven't even had a conversation, but we have an understanding. Y'all do what y'all do, and we good. You know what I'm saying? G was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up, but, you know, I'm right there with you, Chris, okay? And Chris says, I would like for us, you know, for me and Michael to be in that same space. And then this is when Ashley white woman's the situation, because this is revisionist history as far as I'm concerned, for you to act like Chris has given Michael the same energy that Michael has given Chris. I just don't feel that way. I'm sorry. I think that Michael thought he was going to be able to disrespect Candiace because you and Candiace got into it. And then Candiace went after his ass for being a creepy ass old man as she sees him, okay? And as we all see him, okay? Because he is proven to be a creepy old man because he goes around grabbing people's asses, okay? Okay, so all Chris said was, you're not going to disrespect my wife. You're not going to come at my wife, which is exactly what Chris was supposed to do when Michael decided to set his sights on Candiace, okay? Because at the end of the day, you know you out here grabbing ass. If Candiace is saying you grabbing ass and you know you did it, just shut the fuck up. Don't try to get into no argument with no woman when you know good and goddamn well that that's exactly what you are out here doing, okay? So Chris just said, hey, I want me and Michael to be on that same page. Ashley says, well, you had your opinions about Michael, and Michael had his opinions about you and your actions and the way you carry yourself. And I'm like, don't do that, Ashley, because there have been several times when your drunk ass husband has went and got his ass in Chris's face, and Chris, by the grace of God, did not knock him the fuck out. Okay? It more than once, y'all, Michael has gotten drunk and got all in Chris's face. That has happened more than once on this show, y'all. And she really wants to sit up here and act like it's an equal situation. It's equal blame on both parts. It is not, Ashley. It is not. That's why your husband isn't here. Not because he has to watch the kids, because y'all have enough money to not only bring those kids with y'all, but get a fucking nanny farm. Okay, so I don't even want to hear that. Okay. He's not here because he's problematic, and y'all don't want to have to keep talking about the shit that Michael continues to do on and off camera that has been problematic over the 6 seasons that this show has been on. Miss me with it. Okay? Miss me with it. I was annoyed with Ashley with that. So Chris says, I have never said anything bad about Michael. They show the clip of him saying that Michael disrespects the women on the platform and he's not going to let anyone disrespect his wife. Chris says, I haven't said anything about Michael, but every chance he gets, he has something to say about me. And Candiace says that Michael called Chris white trash. Y'all, that's because that's the way Michael feels about Chris, even without Chris doing anything to him. I really do believe that. I think he sees Chris as white trash. And I'm not going to tell y'all what I think he thinks about Ashley and her family, but he just doesn't say it because he wants to be with Ashley. But I'll let that go. I'm just saying, I absolutely feel like Michael has an air about himself that even though he pretends to be the good time, sloppy, drunk guy that's just about, you know, having a good time and taking care of business, he is very much judgmental of the other people on the show. Very much judgmental in a way that he should not be. Okay? Anyway, so Ashley says that Candiace called Michael a slave driver. And Candiace says, I never called him white trash, though. And Ashley says, you called him a slave driver, bitch. You can't even keep your motherfucking lies straight. Ashley gets all upset and starts cursing. And Candiace says, I'm not going there with you. I'm not going there with you. This is what Candiace said. Ashley says, you put your hand in Mia's face like what happened last year. So this is the moment where Ashley is antagonizing the fuck out this situation. Because first you started it off with phrasing that question the way you did. Then when Candiace, agreed that her husband cursed her out and it wasn't about to be that moment, you decided to take it to last year. Mind you, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what Ashley said, but I still feel like in this moment, Ashley was trying to get a rise out of Candiace. I'm sorry. She was. And I'm not about to fight with y'all about Michael being a slave driver because a lot of rich white men have in some way gained their wealth off of the system of racism, whether it is in America or Australia. Because the way y'all be treating those Aborigine Australian people out there tells me that even out there, y'all were not from there and y'all went out there and stole from those people, those brown and black people, okay, and created money and generational wealth off the backs of those people. So if we really want to get technical about some shit, I'm sure we can trace Michael's lineage back to him being the fucking descendant of a slave driver. Now, let's pair that with Ashley having children for a old ass white man who she knows can secure her a comfortable lifestyle because she has daddy issues with her white daddy that did not want her because she was black, even though he laid up with a black woman. So her working out her racist white daddy issues with her relationship with Michael and her trying not to live in the poverty like everybody else black in her family does. I'm sorry. You want me to get mad about Candiace calling Michael a slave driver and calling Ashley a milkmaid? Child. This makes no sense. Chris is white and older too. Child, like Candiace has already said, when you see Chris on the blogs or you see him on the news for grabbing everybody's ass and being in hotel rooms with people, then we can have a different conversation. But what we're not going to do is act like almost 70-year-old Michael is just this, the oldness is the same with Candiace and Chris. Chris is what, in his 40s? Candiace is in her 30s? Okay. Ashley is in her 30s. Michael is almost 70. We're going to act like that's the same? Go to hell. Anyway, go to hell. Child, y'all can get all the way the fuck out my face with this shit. I may not have said that. I want to be very clear that look, Candiace goes very far, but I'm not about to get mad about any of that. The whole milkmaid, like, what the fuck? Why are y'all so offended by that? Ashley pops out her titty to breastfeed something or someone every time she's in a scene. And what is the problem? She's a milkmaid, bitch, whatever. You passed out milk. Why is y'all acting like that's some real fucked up shit? Why are y'all acting like that? People are supposed to breastfeed their babies. We all know that. Like, are we really about to sit up here and act like being called a milkmaid is such, oh my God, she called her milkmaid. Oh my God. Bitch, every time we see you, you milking yourself. What are you talking about? Y'all want me to be offended for Ashley? Okay. Child, I won't, but okay. Thank you, Kiki Culture, for the super chat. Like my friend in my head, I went through a hard breakup and your videos kept me dying laughing. Love you, boo, and thank you. I love you back. Okay, I love you back. Thank you. Still an older man, but it's not the same. It's not the same, y'all. I don't give a fuck what y'all are talking about. A 10-year difference is not the same thing as a nigga being a full-grown man when you were born. Like, Michael being like 40 years old or 30, almost 40 years old when Ashley was fucking born. It's not the same thing as Chris being like 10 or 12 when Candiace was born. Y'all can tell yourselves whatever the fuck y'all want to tell yourselves about comparing those two things, but Ashley and Candiace have beef for a whole bunch of reasons, and Candiace's assessment of Michael is not about like them being white, but that's what she sees in him. But that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. Candiace is not with Chris because Chris takes care of her. Candiace is not with Chris because if she wasn't with him, she'd be destitute. That's not the dynamic of their relationship. Candiace is speaking on Ashley's dynamic with this white man who gets away with doing things on this show that Black people would not. Right. Come on. The issue is not that the men are older. The issue is he's old, racist, and a pervert. Michael views his wife only as a sexual object and an arm piece. They are not the same. Thank you. Hey Jade. Thank you for saying that, because apparently, child, an overseer is somebody that oversees the slaves. Are we lost? What's going on? Ashley really be forgetting she married a man for his money. She secured it by having babies. Ashley and Candiace beef is just annoying at this point. Thank you, Elaine, for the super chat. And I agree. And that's what Chris was saying. I wish they would just stop at this point. Like, it's been going on for years. I wish y'all would just stop. You know what I'm saying? But we knew it wasn't going to stop last season. When Candiace was trying to be cool with Ashley last season, and Ashley decided to go and turn state's evidence on Candiace for that fight. Which I felt like, Candiace, you can't press charges and then get mad when somebody gets somebody to come and speak on their behalf to get them out of the charges that you are pressing. Like, that's crazy. Like, I always thought that she was crazy as fuck for being upset at Monique forming a defense. Like, what are you talking about? What you think she was supposed to do? Lay down and take it? You fucking crazy. Okay? But Ashley inserting herself in that situation was definitely going to be detrimental to her relationship with Candiace moving forward. So now that we're at this point, I personally feel like Ashley is the one responsible for why it's this bad, because Candiace was trying to make it better. And then you went and gave a statement on Monique's behalf when you could have just stayed the fuck out of it. And Ashley made that decision and said that ultimately she didn't care about her relationship with Candiace, and that's why she felt fine with doing it. Okay, well, now we're at this point. And Candiace don't give a fuck about calling you and your husband a slave driver, and that's that on that. Okay, so Ashley says that, you know, what happened last year was very traumatic. Candiace says that she played a major part in that. She's foul and fucked up. Ashley says you threw a salad at Mia. Candiace says that she got involved with some legal shit, and Chris was trying to make Candiace calm down, because at this point we're now like pointing our hands and all of this, and he's trying to get her to get up and walk outside. I did not like that. I didn't like that he did that. They were arguing like they always do. If you were bothered by the arguing, then you get up and walk away, Chris, if that's what you want to do. But for him to try to get Candiace to leave, he made the situation worse as far as I was concerned. They were arguing like they always do. Okay. But he got up and walked away. When Ashley was like, come on, Chris, sit down. I was like, Ashley, shut the fuck up, because you started this shit. Don't tell him to sit down. You started this. If he needs to walk away from this bullshit, let him walk away. Okay. Candiace then continues on with saying that Ashley got involved with some legal shit and she's a vindictive bitch, and she said it with her chest, bitch. I was like, oh Lord. Candiace tells Ashley to suck her dick, and I cried laughing. And then Ashley said, you don't have a dick, you have a huge clit. And I cried laughing even more. And then Candiace said, oh no, that's your friend Mia with the big ass clit. And then I passed out. Bitch, I enjoyed this. Yeah, well, y'all know what I feel? I feel like a lot of people are really mad, and I think it's all hilarious. And I am giggling for dear life. Ashley keeps it going because she has no real story. Candiace just silly enough to keep feeding into the bullshit. Yes, absolutely. But I also feel like it's not as much silly, because at the end of the day, in this moment, Candiace was just giving everybody that energy back. I do think at the beginning, all that crying and shit, that was like for no reason at all. She needs to stop getting so upset, but slang them insults and keep it pushing. Thank you for the super chat. That's what I feel. Slang the insults, laugh the shit off, and keep it pushing. But stop fucking crying and stop getting all emotional and shit when you know, involved in this bullshit with this person. Y'all are arguing together. That's Candiace's problem. She don't know how to fucking argue without, crying about the shit later on. But anyway, like I said, Candiace said suck her dick. That was funny. A scholar's man Dre goes to check on Chris, who is tired of this shit. They never move on. Candiace says, you can't take you raggedy hoes nowhere. That's how you know that Candiace was drinking. Candiace was joking at this point, y'all. I know for a fact that Candiace was like, child can't take y'all raggedy hoes nowhere. Because she know she the one that was fighting. She the one that was embarrassing everybody. So she like, child can't take y'all nowhere. It wasn't a serious moment. Like, we're trying to get past it, okay? And this is when Mia was like, well, you can't say that Ashley's acting out of character because you're acting out of character too. I was like, Mia, Mia, let it die down, okay? Let it die down, Mia. Let it be where it's at. It's on the calm down. Let it be where it's at, okay? And Candiace tells her to behave in front of her benefactor. G says that he happy as hell, and I think he was saying that like, not your husband don't look happy, but I am. Mia tells her, I'm like, well, first of all, that's because Chris isn't as drunk as you are. Because if he was as drunk as you are, then he would be happy as well. But anyway, Mia tells her, maybe you need to go check on your husband. And she's like, girl, shut up. Y'all, this shit was just funny to me. Chris wants her to be the bigger person. And that's what made me mad. Now, I ain't gonna say made me mad, but I'm sorry, y'all. I don't agree that everybody can say what they want to say to Candiace, antagonize Candiace when Candiace is not bothering anybody. But as soon as Candiace jumped bad, then all of a sudden everybody wants Candiace to be the bigger person instead of there being blame on both parts. And that's what is starting to aggravate me, is that I feel like when they get into these fights, everybody wants to place the blame on one person instead of being real and saying that both people played a part in whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Ashley played a part. Candiace played a part. When Mia and Candiace got into it, Mia started that shit and played a part. And Candiace played a part because she goes far and does the most and then want to cry about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't understand why we all can't be like they're both wrong. Child, yeah, when G said, did Chris get an Uber to ride off? Child, I was dying laughing. I said, that nigga know he wrong, but he was funny. But when Giselle and them were talking about, I don't think Candiace has learned anything. I'm like, well, why would you guys think that she would learn anything? Y'all didn't hold her responsible for what happened with her and Monique. Y'all didn't hold her responsible, but that makes me feel like y'all, even though in front of everybody, y'all were acting like y'all had her back, behind the scenes, you and Robin were probably saying shit like, she deserved that shit. I bet you any money that Giselle and Robin were really behind the scenes saying that, how Candiace mouth can be. I mean, shit, I was about to whoop her ass one time. Shit, Monique got to go and all of that, but she kind of deserved that shit. I bet you any money that's kind of how they felt, and they vocalized that together. Because for the first thing for them to say at this table is she didn't learn anything. Well, why would she learn anything? Y'all acted like she wasn't wrong last season. Y'all said it was all Monique's fault because y'all were trying to get Monique out, because it was not about that. It wasn't about what really happened. It was about trying to get Monique out. And I also think they antagonized that situation as well. Okay. Giselle was trying to be heard during this fight, but the edit didn't give. The edit was like, bitch, we don't even care about what you had to say. Because she was like, time out. Ashley didn't start this. Nobody said she started it, bitch. Why you keep going? Nobody said she started it. We're saying that she added to it. She let Candiace know she didn't give a fuck about Candiace or making it better with Candiace when she went with Monique and did what she did. Now, if I was Monique's friend, I probably would have did the same thing. So I wasn't even mad at Ashley about that. But you got to understand now why Candiace feels the way she does. Every action has a reaction, Ashley is a biracial woman, and Candiace recognized the reason why Ashley is with that man. We have seen, it moved. I'm sorry, it moved. I missed it. Thank you, Elaine Michelle, for the super chat. Bondy, you hit the nail on the head. They knew Candiace was wrong last season, but couldn't say nothing because they wanted Monique gone. They never held her accountable. Doublemint twins run me low. And I almost feel like, thank you for the super chat, in some way, Candiace allows for Giselle and Robin to get away with doing the same shit that everybody else does, because she also falls victim to the wanting to fit in and wanting to feel validated shit. And I think she also recognizes that on this show, it is in her best interest to keep some type of rapport with them because Giselle is Queen B. Giselle is Queen B. And she was beefing with Karen. And she didn't really feel like really being friends with Karen. That shit has probably shifted a little bit more now because she talked Cash Money shit about them in the confessional and on the after show and when she do interviews and all of that. But when she's actually on the show with them, she plays it back. And I want her to show the same control with everybody else that she shows with Giselle and Robin. Why were you in a place where you can go run and wrap your legs around this bitch? And oh my God, Robin, oh my God, foot. Like, no, bitch, why are you showing them all of this love when they did the same thing Mia did? They did the same thing Mia did, bitch. They inquired about your man from your mama, okay? And was gonna try to use that shit against you. And then ask your husband to bring their motherfucking bags upstairs after they've been talking about how he riding your coattails. And Robin, I would like to remind you that every time somebody mentions you and Juan not having a real relationship, him dating somebody else, y'all not having no money, anytime somebody say something about you and Juan, you want to jump off the motherfucking porch about it, okay? Even with the way you handling Wendy, you have now convinced yourself that you were so wrong about Wendy being a cool person. No, bitch, you let your affinity and your obsession with Giselle fuck up your relationship with Wendy. When Giselle decided that she wanted to take that shit to that level with the Eddie situation, you backed her up even though you knew Wendy was going to feel away. Because if it happened to you, you would have felt the way. Because when it did happen to you, all the previous times that Ashley has brought up wine dating other women, y'all not having but $25 in y'all motherfucking account, y'all having tax issues, you was ready to fight. You was in a confessional talking about how you wanted to smack the shit out of Ashley. So please, 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 please. And then again, this season, you are completely taking on Giselle's beef with Wendy. And Giselle doesn't even really have a beef with Wendy. But for some reason, whenever she gets the same energy that she gives, she all of a sudden wants to make it that person's fault. Like Wendy's so fucked up. Bitch, you gonna get them last 2 beds in a bedroom with no bathroom because you got here late and I don't fucking like you. I don't give a fuck about your foot. I don't give a fuck about who you think you are on this show. You fuck with me, and the way we do this on the show, we're not gonna fight. We're gonna nice nasty the shit. And the nice nasty is you're in the attic with no bathroom, bitch. You don't like it? Go get a hotel room. Robin said those comments about her relationship does not bother her. It bothered her on the show. It bothered her on the show. And it bothered her enough to feel like, oh my God, Wendy wasn't ever really my friend. And this is how she really felt about me the whole time. Girl, please. Robin jumped off the fucking porch to now dislike Wendy from here on out because Wendy said something about her fake ass relationship with Juan. If it didn't bother her, then what you so bothered for? You look bothered to me. You look bothered to me. Yeah, they was in the attic. Okay. It's gaslighting. Shy, it's a lot of things. I've been talking for too long. I've been up here talking for an hour and 47 minutes. Bitch, y'all, this is y'all fault, okay? I blame y'all. I wasn't going to talk this long about this, but y'all want to be commenting and stuff and having conversations. Thank you for the super chat, Elaine Michelle. Robin has no storyline, so much so a Skylar, her friend, is barely seen filming with her. Giselle holding on by Grace, aka her daughter. Bitch, I am dead. I am dead. That was funny. Not holding on by Grace, okay? Holding on by the daughter. Bondy, do you agree that Monique and Candiace both got played last season? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because they both did the same thing. They both got more mad at one another than they did at Robin and Giselle, who were antagonizing their beef and doing the same shit to, they was doing the same shit to Candiace that Candiace gets mad at Mia about. They were doing the same shit to Monique that Monique got mad with Candiace about. So ultimately, somehow, the Mean Girls have figured out a way to start shit, be messy, and never really have any confrontation because they can throw it off on somebody else, like Candiace. that is emotionally trying to seek validation from other women because of her lack thereof relationship with her mother. Okay. Or Mia, who, and I'm not going to say that this actually has something to do, with them per se, but I feel like Mia is just trying to like make a splash on the show. And I also felt like she was crying because the other girls felt like she should be emotionally bothered by what Candiace was saying. Because Candiace had already said that before, and you were stone cold, bitch. You ain't seem to have no emotion behind it. And now you're crying about it? Girl, please. Girl, please. And my mom relapsed. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. If your mama was going to relapse, it was because you keep bothering her and asking her why she wasn't never there for you and, bringing up your daddy and all of the other shit that you keep doing on camera that this lady don't want to talk about. But we're going to be acting like we scared of her saying your mama's low budget. Bitch, you know your mama low budget. What is the problem? What's the problem? You know what? Not low budget. She on a fixed income. Boom. Change the whole situation. Whole situation. Fixed income. You know what I mean, y'all? Stop being bothered by shit that ain't that deep. Bitch, everybody ain't got money. Oh, well, what am I do? What I'm gonna do? Because they got a whole lot of people who do have money and they still not happy. Okay. Thank you, Erin Giselle, for the super chat. Robin, the type that will want to be friends with everybody again when Giselle leaves her dust for a man and she'll wonder why no one wants to fuck with her. That's a good point, girl. Ashley is never present for the moment. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. She's never present. They talked about that. So they was on Watch What Happens Live, right? And they asked Ashley, like, which husband would have the most to answer for this season? And she was like, Eddie. Why would Eddie have the most to answer for at the reunion? Because I thought y'all thought that the rumor was a lie. So why would he have the most to answer for if we never believed the rumor was true? That doesn't even make sense. So what's going on there, Ashley? See, when you act like you were trying to be a real friend to somebody when really you were just trying to be fucking messy because you really were trying to just put that out there. Because again, why is that what we're talking about? We haven't talked about Eddie and the cheating with Eddie. We haven't talked about that in a few episodes. Why is that the thing we're going to be talking about on a reunion show in order for him to be like the most, the husband that has to answer for the most? Be careful, Bondy. People are sensitive about their shit, even though they started. I'm very careful. I don't know what that means that I need to be careful because, you can just click off my video if you don't like what I'm saying. Like, this is not a mandatory situation. Okay. Some of y'all don't have to be here. If you don't like what I have to say, then you can click off my video. It's very simple. Follow me. Don't watch me. Bitch, block me. I give a fuck. Like, you don't have to watch me if you don't like what I have to say. Like, I don't know any of you. Like, to be clear, like I said at the beginning, I don't know you. Okay. Anyway. So Eddie, what? I like Eddie. I don't know what they meant. It feels like y'all are trying to make the cheating thing happen. Y'all are trying to make fetch happen. Whatever. I love that Ashley called reasonably shady low budget. She said it was reasonably low budget. I could have fell out. I said, Ashley, not reasonably low budget. Child, she shaded the shit out of them. That was funny to me. And Mary called Whitney a bobblehead and called Jenny the new bitch. Child, Mary don't see it for none of them girls. Mary don't see it for none of them girls on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And that's dead on that. Child, that's too funny. Thank you, Ashley Nicole, for becoming a member. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. I think I got them all. Okay. I think G would have the most to answer for. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was like, why would you throw Eddie out there? What I am referencing, Robin, calm down. What? Child, anyway, I hate when people do that. Like, ma'am, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't, because you're not writing complete sentences, but I don't need to calm down. I don't need to calm down. I can say whatever I want to say. Like I said, if you don't like it, get off my video. But I don't have to not say or calm down or change. I don't have to do any of that. You could just not watch. Like, this is very simple. I don't know why people be coming at me and then acting like I'm the crazy one. So anyway, Mia, your mother is a storyline, and people talk about each other's storylines. Ooh, that's a good point. They came in looking like a damn pair. Child, and then hey, when Robin and Giselle got there, it was like, hey, y'all followed each other there. The fuck is you talking about? Hey, like y'all was on the phone while y'all was driving. Stop. Why does Ashley even come to the event? She's unnecessary as fuck. To start mess. Ashley is a biracial woman, and Candiace recognized the reason why Ashley is with that man when we have seen the predator play Ashley over and over again. You said it. Sorry, time is supposed to been cutting up, so we on anybody can get it mods. I mean, like, I don't know what y'all mean. Like, the comments are fucking crazy. So a lot of the times, if y'all are not writing complete sentences, y'all have got to, like, you know, chill out with taking the shit that I say personal, because I don't know what's going on. Okay, it just be a whole bunch of people talking. It should be damn G. That's what I think. Okay, that's how I feel. I would think they asked for the husband, like, well, husbands. I love Mary. She is crazy but hilarious. Me too. The husband that has the most to answer for at the reunion is G or Juan if he shows up. You know he's not gonna be there because Juan Dixon is not gonna be there. I wonder why Mary is coming for Whitney and she was all in her household. That's another thing. I'm wondering about that. What happened? Candiace paid her own money. Would have Ashley paid for, but from being on her back. So you tell the host you're not coming. Then you come without telling the host you're actually coming and you mad about the room you're in. Bye, gizzard neck. I forgot about that. You are absolutely right. Lover in your broke toe. Oh my God. Now you're lover in your broke toe. Thank you. Ashley pretending she didn't listen to Drive Back was funny. Yeah. I'm so glad you said that. She absolutely heard that lady's song. And let me tell y'all what I don't like. I don't like when people can't give compliments what compliments are due. Ashley, you cannot sing. It was a cute little song that you came out with, but you can't sing. Candiace can actually sing. Candiace's album is actually really good. Her single is really good. And you're a fucking hater. Because if you weren't a hater, you'd be able to say, I may not like the bitch. The song was good. I would have prefaced it with I may not like the bitch. Okay. But I would have said that the song was good. Okay. What else is going on? What? Okay, what I'm referencing is Robin trying to act like nothing bothered her and being sensitive about her relationship when she started the shit with Wendy. Got you. Okay, yeah, y'all gotta write complete sentences, y'all. I don't be knowing what nobody is talking about. Don't be mad at me. It could all be so simple, but they rather make it hard. People see what they want to say and continue projecting. Can we call a thing with GEB and Ashley? Child, what is GEB? You heard Nikki went in on Candiace at the reunion? No, I didn't. I did not hear that. And honestly, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. We see Eddie more on camera than Juan and Michael. That's true. We don't want to see Michael anymore, though. That's who you went off on their comment. They were saying they were talking about Robin. Oh, y'all, I'm telling y'all, the shit moving so fast. I'm trying to keep up. Subscribers like you, man. Like me. Why y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? GOY have more to answer for. Right. It's so okay. I felt so bad for Chris. Poor Tink. He be trying. I know. I wonder if Giselle's luggage in that boot is gonna back her up at the reunion. The only things that have showed up for her this season, bitch. Y'all are so stupid. Why is Candiace generational wealth okay, but Ashley and Mia's marital wealth isn't? They both married money and locked it down with kids. Why is that an issue for people to read them about? Okay. So here's the thing. I don't see that as a reason to read them. I don't see them as a reason to read them. I think Ashley's relationship with Michael has continued to be problematic through the seasons. I think when Michael and Ashley first came on here, Ashley seemed very attracted to her husband and nobody was bothered. But as the seasons went on, we kind of learned more about them and we just don't like them. A lot of us really just don't like Michael. Michael is a creepy old man who, is, just got a young girl on his arm, and honestly, she doesn't seem that happy, but she pretends to be. So I think a lot of the times Ashley likes to go after everybody else's relationship when there's so much wrong with her relationship. So that's why people point that out. Mia, on the other hand, has thrown her relationship, the way her relationship came about, in everybody's faces. She loves talking about it. So as soon as you make somebody mad, or as soon as you come at somebody, they're going to come at you about that. Because in this society, for some reason, people love to look down on women that have used their pussy to procure a rich man, which is what everybody is doing for the most part. You know, y'all hypergamy, that's what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. However, if your husband is a problematic ass old white man, it's different. Because as you see, everybody just wants to laugh at G. And I find him, you know, problematic as well. Maybe not just ass, but definitely problematic. I said they was in a toxic relationship. People wanted to argue me down about that shit. All I said was it looked toxic to me, because he looks like he gets drunk and disrespects her, and then she makes excuses for it because she wants to keep the lifestyle that he's afforded her. So here's the thing. Whenever somebody has gotten something and it seems as if they have to make all of these like emotional and mental allowances to have it, meaning she has to allow herself to be disrespected to keep it. Ashley has to allow herself to get cheated on to keep it. Whereas Candiace, whatever Candiace and Chris build, if they decide to not be together, Candiace is not going to hold on to Chris because if she doesn't have him, she won't have anything, or she won't have as much. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think it's because nowadays women realize it's not smart to put all your ducks in a man's basket, because they will take that shit from you. So you probably, a lot of people, especially people who like to consider themselves bosses and all of that, especially women, probably pride themselves more on being able to get something on their own versus having it handed to them. And I feel like Ashley's Candiace's family's wealth comes from her mom working for something and giving that to her child, versus you going and do the very easy thing of spreading your legs to get that same wealth. You see what I'm saying? It's still viewed in a different way. And that's why whenever they get into it, that's what they're going to use to go at each other. But the truth of the matter is, I feel like everybody's jealous of each other. I think Candiace wishes that Chris was making enough money to take care of her the way G and Mike will take care of Ashley and Mia. But I also feel like Mia and Ashley in some ways try to like son Candiace, because they see that Candiace was afforded a lifestyle as a child that they both wish that they had. So they probably, and I think Mia has already vocalized this, feels like Candiace has something she doesn't deserve. And I think Ashley feels that way too. So yeah, but that's all I gotta say. Facts. Everyone's so triggered. I know. I love it when I upset everyone. I love you guys. It doesn't matter if you're mad at me. It's not that deep. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. I did my best. I'm gonna go. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day.